Hey there, welcome to For Your Information. In this video, we will be sharing the top 10 things poor people do that the rich don't. Many people simply associate poverty with a lack of wealth. That, of course, is one way of putting it. However, that's not all. Going by the definition provided by most dictionaries, poverty simply means scarcity or dearth of something. You may be lacking in wisdom, knowledge, experience, health, charisma, etc. As a result, you can be characterized as intellectually poor, academically poor, having poor health, etc. That being said, having inadequate financial resources is perhaps the most common, or the most popular, form of poverty. An argument could be made that it's the root cause of every other kind of poverty as well. Granted, money isn't everything, but it's certainly very important. Without money, it's tough to make things happen. What leads to poverty? Though it's not always the case, a lot of poor people only have themselves to blame for their condition. Poverty is also a mindset thing. You may have come across people with limited resources often blaming fate or circumstances. Statements like "How can someone like me achieve something great like that?" or "I know I'm not rich and I've learned to live with it" are all too common with such folks. Because it's a state of mind, getting out of poverty also demands a significant change of thinking. For starters, you need to let go of self-pity and believe that good things can happen to you. Rather, you can make good things happen for yourself. Also, you have to stop viewing rich people as these superhuman individuals who can do anything and get anything they want without trying. The important thing to remember is that, even people born into well-off families have to adopt certain behaviors and cultivate good habits to maintain as well as increase their fortune. Moreover, they consciously avoid certain behaviors that poor people are all too often guilty of. What are those retrogressive traits? This piece lists 10 of the most common ones. 1. Not reading enough. For many, reading is nothing more than an unpleasant chore that they had to perform to get through school. Viewing it as a lifelong habit that can bring them success, monetarily and otherwise, is simply out of the question. A lot of individuals never read a book after graduating, and their finances suffer as a result. No, going through blog posts and articles online doesn't count. Reading books regularly is an altogether different phenomenon. It's arguably the best way to stimulate your mind and tune it up for success. People who aren't big on reading tend to argue that a month-long Netflix subscription is cheaper than a book. That is, of course, true. However, you get a library card for free. Or, at most, the fee will be nominal. Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest men with an estimated net worth in excess of $80 billion, believes that everyone should read up to 500 pages a day. That is, admittedly, excessive for even the most avid readers. But it goes to show the mindset of the man as well as his thirst for knowledge and learning. Buffett's views also illustrate the importance of reading for success. In particular, reading personal development and self-help texts can set you up for victory in the game of life. Of course, this is not to suggest that reading fiction is bad. That's still a more meaningful entertainment avenue compared to Netflix, or Hulu, or Amazon Prime. However, if you really want to break your cycle of poverty, start by checking out the self-help section in your local library. Chances are you'll find quite a few texts that can get you started on the road to prosperity. 2. Not getting enough rest. Inadequate sleep is a more widespread problem than you think. Just ask the Huffington Post co-founder Arianna Huffington. Better still, read her New York Times best-selling book The Sleep Revolution, Transforming Your Life, One Night at a Time. Of course, many people have good reasons for sleeping less. For instance, caring for a sick child or elderly parent through the night, and then getting up early for work the next morning. What's not a good reason is partying late into the night knowing you're expected to come in early at work the following morning. In any case, lack of sleep may contribute to a lack of financial resources. When your mind isn't well rested, you won't have the right focus and probably end up making decisions that keep you trapped in this cycle of poverty. On the other hand, rich people prioritize their mental, as well as physical well-being. And that starts with getting enough sleep. They have a predetermined bedtime, even on weekends and holidays, and usually wake up at the same hour each day. Rich men and women know that having the right amount of rest is crucial to performing at a high level every day. This is why they fiercely protect their rest time, so that those batteries can be effectively recharged. 3. Not exercising enough. Most poor people have no workout routines to engage in on a consistent basis. They may work a physically demanding job, waiters, nursing assistants, laborers, etc., where they do heavy lifting or are on their feet for much of the day. However, what they don't do enough of is intentional aerobic activity designed to stimulate the heart. This leads to them feeling exhausted most of the time. And they end up spending much of their free time in mindless entertainment instead of doing something meaningful that will build up their lives. Rich people, in contrast, make sure that they set aside some time for working out every day. If not every day, then at least a fixed routine where they get adequate aerobic exercise a few times a week. And no, they don't always acquire an expensive gym membership. A simple home workout, push-ups, squats, sit-ups, etc., involving just a gym mat or normal rug is usually good enough for them. Aerobic exercise isn't just good for the heart and body. It stimulates the brain while also enhancing focus and mental acuity. Besides, other than burning fat, it kills off the stress hormones that can accumulate over time and derail lofty goals/plans/ambitions. Put simply, having a consistent workout routine can make you smarter and set you up for lifelong success. 4. Seeing problems in every situation. Negativity is a major issue with poor people. Over time, their minds become conditioned to seeing the problem in every situation. They're the glass half-empty folks who just can't see an opportunity in anything. On the contrary, rich people have the opposite mindset. They look for an opportunity in every problem. 5. Lack of ambition. Poor people generally have small goals, if any, and small mindsets. They don't believe in grand ambitions or hustling to fulfill a lifelong dream. They're more concerned with getting by rather than doing something special. On the other side, rich people believe in making big plans to achieve big goals. And these goals aren't just financial. They can be career, social, or even health-related ambitions. What's consistent in them all is that rich people actively work towards achieving their targets every day. 6. Watching a lot of television. They say that the rich read books, while the poor spend away their time in front of a TV. The time that you probably spend binging on Netflix shows could be better spent by reading a good book or two. It's not that watching television is totally bad. But being glued to a television screen for hours on end is a problem. That's because you're inadvertently keeping yourself stuck in the loop of poverty. Besides, the people that you usually see on TV are already quite rich. And you're just helping them make more money. Why not spend more of that time learning something online, or taking a vocational course, or reading a self-help book? It will benefit you a lot more than a TV show ever will. 7. Always blaming the government/authorities. The poor expect everything to be done by the government. They're also in the habit of blaming the authorities for all their predicaments. To them, even natural disasters like hurricanes and earthquakes are due to government negligence. In short, poor people want to be spoon-fed everything. The rich, unlike them, always believe in making their own way. If something's wrong with the system or the government, they'll probably find alternative ways of getting something done or achieving something. 8. Poor time management. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But the rich always seem to have more. In reality, they're just good at using their time more productively. Wealthy individuals are aware that time is the greatest resource they have. And once you lose it, you won't get it back ever. Poor people may plan things well. But when the time for action comes, they'll waste it fantasizing about utopian scenarios where what they want to do will get done without them having to lift a finger. 9. Having poor hygiene. Is bad hygiene really related to poverty? As per research by YouGov, it is. One of their studies conducted in 2014 revealed that only 2 out of every 3 people in the US take a shower each day. And of the ones who claim to take a bath at least once a day, more than 77% earned a minimum of $80,000 a year. So, there probably is a link between poverty and bad hygiene. 10. Having a lottery mentality rather than an action mentality. Poor people rely on luck and chance for success. However, that's not the case with wealthy folks. They believe in taking action and making themselves financially well off. The poor might win the lottery and then quit their job to do what they want. If not, they'll probably just stay in the same place and position for years on end. In contrast, the rich like to plan things properly. They map out a detailed course of action that will get them exactly where they want to go. Wealthy individuals never leave anything to chance. They believe in making their own luck by taking decisive action. Self-reliance is what they crave above anything else. It's their life and they believe in making the best of it on their own terms. That's it for this video. Do you agree? Or disagree with all the things we mentioned? Tell us about it by leaving a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.